2 weeks after the ant incident, the mine is fully operational. The soldiers, now hardened workers, work diligently. When Lloyd and Javier appear, they are greeted with respect and admiration. The workers see Lloyd not as a lazy aristocrat, but as a leader who has risked his life for them, a true embodiment of the concept of noblesse oblige. Although flattered, Lloyd feels a little uncomfortable with all this praise. He continues to personally inspect the old ant tunnels to ensure that there are no longer any dangers. Javier, puzzled by his direct involvement, asks why he doesn't leave this dangerous work to the workers. Lloyd responds with a philosophy he learned in his previous life. The greater the risk, the more the leader must be on the front lines. Although he adds with a greedy grin that way no one will be able to complain when I take the most money, Javier is once again confused, unable to decipher whether Lloyd is good or evil. During the inspection, Lloyd discovers a hidden room, an anthill. Inside, they find a bizarre scene. A muscular and handsome orc wrapped in spider webs and kept as food, along with several pigs. Realizing that the orc is only paralyzed, not dead, Lloyd immediately sees a golden opportunity. He rescues the orc and brings him back to the mansion. He introduces himself as Arash, the son of the chief of the Sand and Steel orc tribe. Full of gratitude, Arash promises Lloyd that he will grant him any wish. Lloyd, with a sly smile, knows exactly why he saved him. He asks Arash for 120 orcs to work in the mine. Arash flatly refuses. He explains that orcs are warriors and only follow the orders of other warriors. Lloyd, a noble with no fighting skills in his eyes, does not qualify. Furthermore, the orcs must hunt 3 shifts each day to consume fresh meat, otherwise they lose muscle mass, which would mean the end of their tribe. Meat spoils in a day, so they cannot reduce the number of hunters. Here, Lloyd reveals his bluff. From a novel, he knows that Arash arrived at the anthill during his coming-of-age ceremony, which involved hunting a wild ant. So, he weaves an elaborate story for him. He convinces Arash, whose memory is clouded by paralysis, that they actually defeated the ant queen together. Lloyd claims that Arash weakened the queen, allowing Javier to deliver the final blow. Thus, Arash not only completed his ceremony, but did so in a heroic manner. Convinced by the fabricated story, Arash also declares Lloyd a great warrior and, with a shout of enthusiasm, promises him the 120 orcs. A week later, Lloyd, Javier, and a group of men arrive at the orc village in the desert. However, they are greeted with bad news. The tribe's chief, Akush, refuses the request. The reason is the same: fear of losing muscle mass. Constant hunting is essential to their survival. Javier is ready to give up, but Lloyd, with calculated calm, approaches the chief and asks him a question that will change everything. What if your meat could last for days without spoiling? Lloyd offers the tribal chief the solution to their biggest problem. He claims that he can make the meat non-spoiling, thus freeing up a large part of the orc's labor force. The chapter ends with Lloyd making a bold promise, based on another piece of knowledge from his modern world, prepared to negotiate not only with force, but also with science.